At exactly 10:45 a.m., an elderly man walked up to Prestige Auto Gallery, the city's most luxurious car dealership. Wearing a simple white button-down shirt, old khaki pants, and a faded canvas messenger bag, he had a strange sense of peace on his face. A security guard immediately blocked his path. "Sir, how did you end up in here? Only customers are allowed inside." The old man smiled. "Son, I am a customer. I'd like to see a car." The guard laughed and turned to his colleague. "Did you hear that? He says he's buying a car." "What kind? A bicycle?" They both burst out laughing. The old man simply said, "Laugh or cry. I'm going inside." Chloe Adams, the senior sales executive, walked out in sharp heels and a black suit. She looked him up and down. "This dealership sells luxury cars. You're probably in the wrong place." He replied politely, "No, young lady. I want to see your most expensive car." Chloe smirked. "That's the Aurelian Z9, $400,000. Cash or check?" He said, "Show me the car first." They pulled off the cover, laughing quietly. The car gleamed. The old man studied it deeply. "I want to hear the engine." Steve, annoyed, said, "This isn't a used car. You can't even sit inside it." The old man said calmly, "Take me to your general manager." Chloe called Victor Sterling, arrogant, corporate-obsessed, who judged people by their wardrobes. Victor said, "Let him have his fun. He'll leave." When young Ryan Parker, the new junior associate, urged Victor to reconsider, Victor cut him off. "Don't argue with me. Do your job." Ryan returned to the old man. "He's busy. Come back later." The old man nodded. "That's fine. When the time is right, we'll meet." He pulled a sealed envelope from his bag. "Give this to your manager, but only when he's alone." Ryan felt a strange weight in it, and a strange depth in the old man's eyes. Later, when Victor was alone, Ryan delivered the envelope. Victor broke the seal. Inside was one sheet of paper. "Dear Mr. Victor Sterling, tomorrow at 10 a.m. I will be at Valoran Holdings head office. That is where we will decide whose hands the future of Prestige Auto Gallery belongs in. N.S. Rutherford." Victor froze. Valoran Holdings owned the entire franchise, and N.S. Rutherford was its billionaire founder and board chairman, unseen publicly for years. Victor called Chloe in. "He's one of the primary owners. We left him sitting in the lobby." Chloe trembled. Victor steadied himself. "I'll apologize tomorrow. Emotional speech, corporate excuses. And if he files a claim, I'll say an imposter used his name." Ryan had been standing outside the cracked door, hearing everything. That night, he stayed behind and typed a confidential email to the Valoran Holdings board, detailing the full truth of Rutherford's treatment. He hit send. His heart pounded, but the weight lifted. The next morning, Rutherford arrived, not alone. Four black SUVs pulled up. Legal executives in dark suits stepped out. Victor's fake smile met Rutherford's ice-cold eyes. "What happened was just a miscommunication, sir." Rutherford raised a hand. "The mistake was in your leadership." He addressed the entire silent showroom. "I started this dealership 20 years ago with 2 cars and 5 employees. Our vision was that no matter a client's background, they would receive premium respect. Now all you sell here is ego." A corporate officer placed an iPad on the table. The security footage had been reviewed. Everything was on record. Rutherford turned to Ryan. "Step forward." Ryan walked up slowly. "This young man gave me integrity, not corporate lies." Then came the verdict. Victor Sterling, suspended, reassigned to the service center for 6 months to detail cars and serve coffee. Chloe Adams, placed on probation, 1 final chance. Ryan Parker, promoted to assistant general manager, effective immediately. "Sir, I was entry level," Ryan said, stunned. Rutherford smiled. "Yes, but you have something not written on the resumes here, empathy." 3 weeks later, the showroom's culture had transformed. Ryan was first to arrive every morning, pausing 5 minutes at the spot where Rutherford had once sat, a quiet reminder. Then came the summons to Valoran headquarters. In the penthouse, Rutherford slid a legal docket across the desk. "I'm retiring from the board. I want you to direct the Valoran Foundation." Ryan's eyes welled. "I promise, I will never compromise my core values." Rutherford simply said, "I know. That's why you were chosen." Down in the service center, Victor cleaned cars quietly. One day, Ryan came to him. "I'm not taking your place. I'm just doing what you taught me on day 1, focusing on the job." Victor's eyes went misty. "You gave me a wake-up call, Ryan." I learned one thing. You evaluate a person's character, not their credit card. They shook hands. That night, parked outside was Rutherford's old black vintage Ford. On the hood sat a small envelope. Inside, one line. When the corporate world starts to recognize you, stay exactly as you were when this world didn't know you at all. N.S. Rutherford. Ryan smiled, slipped it into his pocket, and looked out at the city skyline, where even the neon lights seemed to whisper, the drive for integrity never stops.